Welcome back, folks. It is the very last trading day of August 2021, which means it's August 31st. And this is 3 at 3, which is actually at 3:23 today because of some technical issues. But nonetheless, we are delivering what we promised. And 3 at 3 is brought to you by, of course, Market Rebellion. Market Rebellion, where if you're of a like mind with 1,000 other folks and you'd like to attend, well, see that bronze ticket? That is the last remaining way that you can get into the conference in Las Vegas. All of the higher price tickets are sold out. We still have a few bronze tickets remaining. Dial 888-850-2023 or go to marketrebellion.com. It is for our live conference, October 1st and 2nd. Vegas has assured us it will be live. They've given us even bigger space. And if you can't attend, well, you could attend by Zoom because those tickets are available as well. You can find out all about it at marketrebellion.com. All right. There's our friend Brian Sullivan hosting the halftime report today. Josh Brown with a killer headache. Apparently too much tequila last night, I guess, or something. And Josh was really struggling his way through, but nonetheless, providing the humor that he always provides to that program. Here's my brother Pete providing what he provides to the program, which would be insights into unusual option activity, among other things. Pete was talking about MRK. They were buying December 82.50 calls in MRK. And the stock was 76.44. So as I will say later in the show, in answer to a question about Apple, you know me, folks, I don't buy the 82.50s with the stock at 76 bucks. I buy an at the money and I sell an out of the money, 1-to-1. One that I buy, one that I sell. As long as you maintain that ratio, you don't have any upside risk. In fact, you've cut your exposure to time decay and volatility compression, among other things. It is still a directional play, but you have reduced your negative exposure. There is that MRK call as posted up on our website, 22,000 of those December 82.50 calls. And there is a graph showing you where MRK has been over the past, I guess that's a year-to-date graph. And as you see, we've been as high as 77.10 today. Second trade is for the second time in the last 2 weeks. Pete has seen unusual option activity in FXI or in one of the China ETFs.
Sorry, I'm having trouble
whoops, sorry. It's my Apple Watch talking to me there. FXI, Pete is in there. He sees unusual activity at the December 41 strike, which is the at the money. So if you don't want to buy the 40/50s, you could buy those 41 calls. I am buying both and then hoping to sell upside calls against it to cut both my dollar exposure as well as I said, volatility and theta exposure. Although since they're December options, theta or time decay is not nearly as big a problem anyway. There is that trade, 11,250 of the December 41 calls. That's 1.1 million share equivalent. Stock was $40.82 when they did that. There is the FXI. You see just a couple weeks ago where Pete first started talking about those when they were down around 38.5. We've made a nice move since then, and we hope to catch yet another one here on this. As you see, high for the year is right up in here at about, if you look to the far right of your screen, far left rather, that looks like about 55 or so. Bang. And the third for our 3 at 3 is skills. SKLZ, bullish call buying with the skills SKLZ at $11.75, 7,500 of the this week expiration 12 calls. So deep end of the pool. Deep end of the pool. Why? Because we only have 3 more trading days, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, for these to be something or nothing. So if you choose to get into this trade like I have, you need to be nimble and you need to cut losses if that occurs. My stop loss is usually at 50%. That's 50%. My profit target is 100%. And if we get there, I take off half or even 75% because this is a short-term trade. It doesn't get any more short-term than a weekly option, folks. So be aware of that. And here is a graph of Skills, another Cathie Wood stock. As you see, coming down from 17 all the way down to the 22nd of August when it got down to $10. We're pushing towards 12 right now at 11.87, been as high as 11.93 today. Questions? You've got questions, I've got answers. At Jon Najarian is where you direct those questions, folks. That's at JONNAJARIAN on Twitter. First one, CrowdStrike, Morty, trading, golf, football, software. Great. Morty is at MORTYTRADER, the number 1. What does CrowdStrike activity look like into earnings today? There continues to be more active buying than selling, Morty. So I am saying that overall, I like the activity in CrowdStrike. I have mentioned that one before, not recently for unusual option activity, but nonetheless, I did mention Snowflake, and we got a very nice pop out of that one. I'm going to look, since we just had those technical errors, CRWD, just looking if anything hit just recently today. Nope. The last one we had was last week, a week ago today. CrowdStrike, they were buying the weekly 270 calls. This week, nada. Thank you, Morty. Apple, Kyle McCandless, and his handle is at KYLEMCCANDLESS. Any concerns with the Apple 180 October calls discussed yesterday? Nope. No issues with them whatsoever. I will say that, as you probably heard, Kyle, I bought my calls, which were the at the monies, the 151s and 152s yesterday. And as the stock hit 154, I think yesterday, I sold upside calls against it. So I'm in there, and the little bit of a move we've seen today to the downside, $1 after yesterday's 3% move, doesn't really scare me. It's not going to shake me out. So yes, I am still in my calls, the 151s, I think, and 150s and 151s, I think is what I have. And I sold upside calls against it. I didn't buy these OC 180s, but you know that, Kyle. I don't buy way out of the money calls. Lil Investments at Lil, LILLNVESTMENTS. After a big run recently, what do you think about NVIDIA continuing higher or pulling back? I thought this one would pull back for a while. NVDA just is the Energizer Bunny. It does not pull back. Pull up a chart on this one. You see lower left to upper right. What does that mean? It goes higher every day. I mean, yes, it does some backing and filling. The last time it did that, let me see, was July, really. July 12th, it was $205 and traded down to 181, but now we're back up to 224. So I would not fade this one, my friends. Let's go to Jets. Nasos, which is at Trader, NASOS. Hey, Dr. J, always nice to tune into 3@3_UOA. Thank you, sir. Here is my question to you. With all the uncertainty airlines are facing over the next 2 to 3 months, what do you see for Jets? Also save, fade it, or trade it? Well, Jets, as you know, we talked about unusual put activity. Now, that hasn't exactly made us a lot of money yet. Perhaps because these stocks were so beaten up. I mean, the March high for the Jets was 29. They're down here now trading 22.94. So you made money being shorted. from March, are you making money being shorted here? No. And I had unusual put activity. So if we don't move lower, I'm going to have to exit that trade. Apparently, they think these stocks are beat up enough with what has happened to them recently. So I would trade it. And I think overall that we might be nearing a bottom unless the Delta variant or Lambda or something causes us to get into trouble again. Thank you. Folks, you can always reach out to us at marketrebellion.com, and you can always check out marketrebellion.com/get started. There you'll find distance learning, coaches, mentors, subscription products, you name it, at marketrebellion.com. We are busy building out our brokerage in conjunction with Voyager as well. So when you heard yesterday that PayPal is going to be getting into the business, great for them. We do not have legacy to deal with like PayPal has. Now they'll try to make a brokerage separate from their apps, which are of course Venmo primarily and PayPal apps. But we'll have to see what they do. Ours is state of the art, fast as lightning, and what we use to trade. So make sure you check all of that out at marketrebellion.com. Folks, that's going to do it for me today. I will see you tomorrow. I thank you for joining me, and I hope you have a very pleasant evening. Adios.